What is good, y'all? Welcome back. Gonna show you my physique 2 weeks out from my men's physique show. I'm gonna cover a quick topic on thyroid use while either in a cut or a contest prep scenario. So as you can see, I'm leaning out, I'm getting super flat. Fat loss is slowing, but I do like where I'm at right now. I feel good with my physique. I feel terrible, but I feel good with my physique for the show. Like I said, fat loss is slowing down. The refeeds are going well, but they're starting to hold water for more than 2 days, which is a little annoying. And I'm starting to get that like small, so that small look, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I kind of see it myself. So my body's ready. I'm ready for the show. I feel good with where I'm at. So that is my physique. So first off, if you don't have some sort of medical thyroid issue, you probably shouldn't be using thyroid in a basic cut. I've really never seen that have to be used. But when you're in a contest prep, I would say there's a couple different ways to do it. My personal way is just bring it in anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks out, 25 micrograms of T3 and 100 micrograms of T4. And just run that all the way into the show for whatever, 6 to 8 weeks. Now, some people say, oh, you should get your thyroid tested or whatever. I mean, I like to have it predictable, and that time frame seems to be safe where thyroid can bounce back and everything's good. And like I said, I like to have it predictable and a smooth, no hiccups when you're trying to diet into a show. I just like my metabolism to be predictable. Now, if you don't want to run thyroid like that, just prophylactically, basically, there's a couple tricks you can do to see if your thyroid is lowering and maybe you would need to bring it in. Obviously, the first one's a blood test. If your free T3 drops below 3.5, pretty much you just bring in T3. And whenever you do bring in T3, you always want to bring in T4. There is some synergy with them, and there's also some mental effects that if the ratio is out of whack, you don't feel good. So you want to keep 100 micrograms of T4 to 25 micrograms of T3. You want to keep it in that ratio. So 25 is plenty, and you're going to be in the very high end of things. So I wouldn't go over that unless there's some special scenario. Now, like I was saying, if you don't want to get tested, but you don't want to bring it in like right away, without testing, you can use some things to just kind of give you an idea of if you need thyroid or not. So the first one would be every day you wake up, monitor your temperature, your body temperature. If it starts to go down, that's a sign. Also, your resting heart rate, your average resting heart rate throughout the day when you're not working out, that's another good sign. If it's going down, your thyroid could be going down as well. And then when you do a carbohydrate refeed, if your body weight doesn't bounce back to its previous weight after you do a refeed, or you don't get the same kind of response, that's another sign that you might need to bring in thyroid. So those are 3 things you could do. And then if those are maybe going down, you go get a blood test, see your free T3. If it's low, under 3.5, you throw it in. Now, even if it's low, I wouldn't want to use it longer than 8 weeks. I would still cap it at 8 weeks. So if your show is longer than 8 weeks out and your thyroid's low, I would say just grind it out until you're in that 8-week range and then throw it in. Because personally, what I do, I just like to throw it in at about 6 weeks, and no matter what, if it's low or not, like I said, to make sure my metabolism is more predictable. And a little bonus tip, during peak week, thyroid use is gonna be very individual. So it's gonna be annoying because when you do a carbohydrate refeed, your body's gonna upregulate the T4 to T3 conversion, and it's also gonna produce its own T3. Plus you're gonna be supplementing with both of those. So your body could be a lot higher on on your thyroid than you were used to when you were doing refeeds before. And the problem with that is your glycogen is going to deplete faster and it's not going to refill as easily. So let's say you do a midweek refill of glycogen on peak week, Wednesday, Thursday, and then your show's on Saturday. That Friday, you could lose a lot more glycogen than you thought you would because you want to stay full and you don't want your glycogen to deplete. So what you could do is, this depends on everybody, but if you know you flatten out easy, you're gonna wanna bring in half dose of T3 and T4 multiple nights. Everybody's gonna wanna at least lower their T4 and T3 dosage at least the day before. In general, after you carbohydrate load, let's say you're done loading on a Thursday and your show's on a Saturday, You would drop your thyroid to half dose for both of the thyroid meds on Thursday night, and then Friday night half dose, and then Saturday you don't dose it because it's the show day. And if you know you flatten out easy, you would just bring that back. So then, you know, you could do Wednesday half dose, or if you really have a hard time glycogen loading, you could bring the dosage even lower on the Tuesday before. Like I said, general rule, after you're carbohydrate loaded, half dose your thyroid. And then everything else is gonna be individual, either plus or minus 1 or 2 days. Thank you for tuning in, showing me support. Coming up on my show now, so I wanted to show you my progress, and I thought I'd throw in the little thyroid tip because it's on my mind and I'm running thyroid in my prep. So thought I'd throw it in there because I got some extra time on the video. Show is coming up, very excited about that. I will keep you all updated, and I'm gonna try to make some more videos, exciting stuff coming up because it's gonna be show day. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, give it a like, subscribe if you wanna support. Take care.